thing I do know. If you want to be successful, first things first, be honest about what you're really eating.
Research suggests that awareness of exactly what we're eating is vital to changing our behaviour.
Some supermarkets put the most profitable items at eye level, so they're easy to find.
Unfortunately for your waistline, that normally means highly processed foods. Weekly essentials like bread and milk are usually found at opposite ends of the store, so more than likely you'll have to walk down the aisles past tempting promotional offers to get to them. A National Consumer Council report has found that only 1 in 8 supermarket promotions feature fruit and vegetables.
When in fact it's these foods that should make up a minimum 33% of a healthy, balanced diet.
In contrast, fatty, sugary foods make up more than half of in-store promotions and should make up just 7% of our diet.
This study might actually make you think twice next time you reach for the buy one get one free. 4 in 10 obese people think they're a healthy size and think they have a healthy lifestyle. But the truth is, as a nation, we are getting fatter. And it's because most of us are overeating without even realising.
What makes chicken less healthy is when you eat the chicken with the skin, because what you're eating is nearly as much skin as meat itself, and skin is loaded with calories. In a chicken wing, around 70% of the calories is going to be coming from the skin, compared to only about 30% coming from the meat itself. So if you choose something like a marinated chicken breast without the skin, you'll feel just as full, but you'll be taking in around 2/3 less calories.
72% of us enjoy going to the pub to eat. However, the pub pit stopper can't resist eating salty, fatty snacks like crisps and peanuts, on top of the hidden calories in the drinks they order. If you're serious about losing weight and think you might be a pub pit stopper, try eating complex carbohydrates such as jacket potatoes, brown rice or pasta before you hit the bar. These types of foods slowly release their energy, will curb your appetite and help you to resist those tempting nibbles. He'll be eating more fresh veg at mealtimes to help fill him up, so he's less likely to graze. He'll completely cut out sugary, fatty treats. And he'll be putting the brakes on those post-workout pit stops at the pub.
You could swap your sugar for a low-calorie alternative. You'd instantly start losing weight.
We asked Richard Marshall, a food scientist at London's Metropolitan University, why we keep coming back for more.
The manufacturers spent quite a bit of time. They're looking very carefully at the levels of salt and of sugar and of fat and putting them together in combinations that really make them desirable. When you take something like a fast food meal, you're going to get quite a lot of carbohydrates being converted into simple sugars, taken into the blood, so you're going to get a sugar rush. So you're going to get that high, you're going to feel comfortable, you're just going to feel good. We are wired to look for these foods, to like these foods, to enjoy these foods. Our physiology dictates what we like to eat, and you can't get away from that.
Leanne is a classic convenience queen. These types of eaters aren't fond of cooking meals from scratch. They rely on ready, frozen and fast food meals for an instant fix. If you think you fall into this category, where convenience is king, or queen in this case, try cooking big batches of your favourite meals at the weekend and freeze them for quick and easy access later in the week. Go for healthier convenience foods like pre-prepared salads and pre-chopped veg, and choose ready meals from low-fat or healthy options ranges. This will make herself a healthy breakfast before leaving the house. She'll also be home cooking meals from scratch, as fresh meat and veg will help her stay fuller for longer. They'll be fundamentally changing their eating behaviour by ditching takeaways completely. Instead, the whole family, including Ellie, will get stuck into planning and cooking fresh, home-cooked meals. Research shows that when groups eat together, if there's one big eater, then the others tend to eat more in their company. This week, we're looking at how dining with friends can actually make us eat more than we do when we're on our own. So I'm off to a Swiss restaurant to find out if there's anything we can do to rein in this social overeating.
Now here's the thing, if I am out with mates socialising, whether it's at home around the dinner table or in a really nice restaurant like this, I can literally sit around the table for hours, I can get through the entire menu and several bottles of wine. I then feel sick, I have to undo the top button of my jeans, and I'm sitting there thinking, how did I get myself in this position again? So the question is, do we eat more when we're with our friends, and if so, why?
I'm meeting Dr. David Lewis, a chartered psychologist, to get some answers.
Oh, you bring me to all the best places, David. And you make me eat, which I like.
It's delicious.
Why are we here?
Today we're going to look at what is called, technical term here, social facilitation.
Social facilitation?
That's right. Simply means this. When you're eating in a group of people, you're going to eat more. If you're a solitary Johnny No-Maid sitting by himself or herself having a meal, you're going to probably eat about 30% less than you would if you were eating with a friend, and about 96% less than if you were in a group of 6 or more. So just the presence of other people makes us eat far more.
But why?
Well, there are two theories. One is that because you're talking, you're drinking, you're enjoying yourself, so you spend more time at the table, and therefore you spend more time, you eat more. That's one theory. The other theory is when we're in the company of other people, we're a bit more physiologically aroused. And because we're more physiologically aroused, we actually have a stronger appetite. But this is well established. You know, the researchers have done a lot of work on this. And what we're going to do today is to test it. How well does it work?
Well, I know that I can go for it when I'm out with my mates, but is everyone else as susceptible to this secret eating pitfall as me?
Let's put the theory to the test.
We've invited 3 sets of diners out for a free lunch.
Oh, you're not drinking? I'll have a glass. I'll only have a glass.
There's a table with 6 friends. A couple.
Obviously, I prefer like going out with people to eat because it's more about like the socialising with the other people than it is eating, I guess.
And a solo diner.
Oh, I do enjoy dining alone, definitely.
They're all going to order from the same menu. They are free to choose whatever they like.
Can I get the salmon to start with?
The steak for me. Can I get it medium rare?
To work out exactly how much each group is eating, David weighs all the dishes from each course before they're served.
105 and 27 for the Morris true.
And any that's left is weighed when the plates are returned, so that he can calculate exactly how much has been consumed.
So the starters have been finished. All of our diners are busily drinking and chatting away. Apart from the solo diner, obviously she's on her own, don't judge, we've all been there. Time for the main course.
Later on, we'll be back to see how our groups got on. Earlier on, we set up an experiment to find out if we scoff more when we're eating in groups than when we're eating alone.
And how many main courses are you going to be having?
7.
We invited 3 sets of filters, a couple and a solo dine. Good or never, as Nikos has died. Dr. David has been calculating exactly what each person in each group has been consuming by weighing everything before it's eaten and after. And the results are now in. Our singleton ate and drank 1,189 grams in weight. Our cosy couple notched up an average of 1,262 grams each. That's around 6% more per person. Not a massive increase, so will the theory hold out for our largest group? Did they blow out?
The overall message is that when they were eating with a group of 6, they ate about 70% more than when they were eating on their own, the person eating on her own.
That 70% increase works out at over 2 kilos of food and drink per person on average.
So it just shows how what we call social facilitation, the way in which when you're in a group of people, you tend to eat more. And this has definitely been shown with this study.
If you're eating with other people, it's more about sort of the time with them and chatting and that kind of thing. So you want the meal to last longer.
So the results are conclusive. We do more unconscious eating the larger the group of friends we're in. So is there anything we can do about it?
So what would you suggest for people who maybe do want to watch what they're eating?
Well, I would say generally be aware when you're eating with a group of people, you're entering a red zone, a danger zone. Just be aware there are risks and you may overeat. And don't give in to temptation. Resist perhaps that delicious gooey dessert. Have a coffee instead. The other thing I would say is watch the wine. Wine can be very, very high in calories. And you know, you really want to cut that down. And I suppose the final thing is, if there are breads or appetizers on the table, you're sitting down, you're about to eat, you're quite hungry, so you kind of eat a lot of the bread, eat a lot of the olives, whatever they're giving you away. Try and avoid that because that puts calories into your body which you don't really need.
And above all, just be mindful about what you're doing.
Yes, don't get into the habit of overeating.
I'm mindful of the fact that you and I haven't actually eaten today. True. Shall we?
Absolutely.
Glass of water, salad, no bread, no wine.
Sounds delightful.